do another AR-47 video today. I did 2 yesterday, but today I was shooting this some more, and we got ourselves a 1 MOA gun here. Okay, so my goal today was actually to shoot this this brass 7.62 by 3.9 and see how it did in this gun. Now, when I shot this in my AKs, it was getting like 3 to 4 MOA. Okay, so this is, I think the company is called Gecko, or it's called Bali Blonde. I don't know, it's one of those two. Okay, so I bought this a few years back. I had tried this in my AK-47s, and it shoots less. I found that it was shooting less accurate than the steel case. So I kind of threw it to the side, and I said, hey, you know, let's try it in this AR-47. Let's see how it does. So when I tried it, I mean, it did do a little bit better, but not a whole lot better. Basically, it's the ones with the circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's about 3 inches. So usually I take the best 4 out of 5. But no matter how I try to... Well, actually, we got 2.5 here. So we are at 2.5 if we discount that one over there. Okay, so... and then I shot it with this steel case. No name Tula, okay? So it says Tula on the back of the case, but I don't actually, because I think Tula might sell the cases to other companies. So this stuff, I guess, is so cheap that they didn't even bother to label the box. So I call this Tula white box. And this was given to me some time ago, like I think a couple of years ago. So I think I had something like maybe 20 boxes of this. And I found that this stuff shoots good. Unfortunately, I'm down to like my last 2 boxes now. So when it comes to Tula, you gotta have to, you know, I tell people buy like 1,000-round boxes, test them out, and select the ones that shoot the best. Okay, because you know they don't all shoot the best. It depends on which plant came out of, what day it was, who was running the machines. So you gotta select the lots that shoot the best. Okay, so that's what I do with Tula. So anyway. I shot it with this stuff. First, I shot it here, okay, on this paper. And there was other, like I shot the ones up here are the ones I did first with the brass. I mean, that was like almost 4 inches at 100 yards. And then I did 5 shots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 2 in the hole over here. And it's 2 inches, including that one there. But when I look at the best 4 out of 5, I'm at an 1.25 inches, okay, so 1.25 inches. I've already done this a couple of times, so like on previous days, so I'm not entirely surprised. Then I went on this sheet over here, which was a little bit cleaner, and again 5 shots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so all 5 shots are 1.25 inches. Okay. And then when I look at the best 4 out of 5 at 100 yards, that's these 4 right here, we're actually inside 1 inch. If I go center to center on these 4, I'm at 3/4 inch at 100 yards, right? That's these shots right there. Okay? These 4 shots right there, if I go center to center on the holes, I'm at 3/4 inch for 4 shots. And I got that one over there that opened up the group to 1.25 inches. So... this rifle, it was actually the upper. I just bought the upper on this. This upper is good, man. So I got this upper from Davidson Defense. It's the Uran. Okay, so hold on, I wrote down some info for you guys. So it's the Uran. It's sold out right now. When I got it, it was something like $225 plus shipping, right? So it was like $20 shipping. And it came, it was a parts kit, so you gotta like assemble the entire upper yourself, right? So it was $225. Now that I'm looking at it, they have it's like $269, but it includes an upper and lower parts kit, right? So they give you the entire lower parts kit. So you just gotta keep following it. At the moment, it seems like it's sold out, right? It seems like people have been buying it up. Maybe because I've been doing the videos, I don't know. Okay, I don't have any connection with Davidson Defense. I mean, I bought this myself. I paid it, you know. So it's not like I'm getting any benefit from them out of this video. I don't even monetize this channel. So we said this really refers to the rail, okay, because it had different rails. It's the Uran, okay. The barrel is from ELD Performance 4150 CMV, okay. That's chrome, moly, vanadium, okay. 4150 CMV. ELD Performance is the company that made this. And it is good, man. I am so happy with this. The one thing that's worth pointing out is actually there's a few things I'm going to point out. The mouth of the cases does get bent over here. Let me get behind the camera so it's in focus. Can you see it? See how that the mouth of the case? I'm trying to get the right light here. There you go. You can see how the mouth of the case is a little bent. So that it's doing that with both the brass and the steel case. So I did the first day I saw this, I wasn't sure what was causing that. And it seems to be that it's a strong ejector spring, okay? So I need to talk to the company about that. And I can see that, first of all, when I'm shooting this, it's ejecting at like 4 o'clock, okay? So it's definitely not overgassed, okay? It's like at the very low end, which is good because, here, let me pull out the bolt carrier for a second. We're going to talk about that. This is something you got to really be aware of. So what these, now Bear Creek Arsenal is the one that makes the bolt carrier and the bolt, okay? So if you look at this, you'll notice that basically it's an AR-15 bolt, and what they did is they basically took out material over here so that the 7.62x39 will fit in there, okay? So they've actually they had to thin this out, and that includes the extractor, right? The extractor needed to be thinned out so that it would fit in there. So that extractor, that thinned out extractor, is the weak point in here. And one of the things I'm planning to do is I'm planning to buy an extra extractor. There are a few extra extractors on this. And the other thing is that the bolt could possibly crack because, again, it's thicker. Now, years ago, okay, because I looked at reviews from years ago, other people's reviews, it looked like the bolts were cracking on a more frequent basis. It seems like they've enhanced them. They're using stronger materials now, so the bolts aren't so much cracking, but the extractors are cracking. The last video I saw, which was like from 2 years ago, the guy said that he went up to like almost 1,000 rounds before the extractor cracked. Okay, before the extractor broke. So this is a weak point in the AR-47, and I mean, basically it's an AR-15 bolt. Okay, so in order to make the 7.62x39 fit in there, they had to remove some materials. So that's like if this is like if this is something that you would consider as an SHTF gun, right? What you should do, is get an extra bolt and keep the bolt in the grip over here, okay? Get an extra bolt, get an extra firing pin. You need the enhanced one, okay? The enhanced one, because a lot of the steel case has harder primers, so what happens is the enhanced ones have the shoulder a little further back, so the firing pin protrudes a little bit further, and the firing pin hits the primers a little bit harder. So you got to get the enhanced firing pins, because a standard AR-15 firing pin will fit in there, but you're going to get more frequent light primer strikes, okay? So as far as gassing, okay, so I did a whole video on the gas system of this. So you can't just get, because basically you can get like a 300 blackout gas block or 308 gas block, and it will like physically fit on the barrel. But the problem is that the hole is too much, it's much smaller, and you're not going to have enough gas coming back into the system. So I did a whole video on this. The 7.62x39 has like a max SAMI PSI pressure of 45,000 PSI, okay? Versus your, let's say your 5.56, your 300 blackout, you know, they've got like 55 max pressure, 55,000 PSI, okay? So the 7.62 by 3.9 is a lot less pressure, right? So the hole in the gas block is drilled bigger to allow more gas into the system in order to run this. If you put like a 308, 308 has, looked that up, that has like 62,000 PSI, okay? So again, that hole is going to be, the hole in the gas block is going to be a lot smaller. If you put that gas block on this barrel, it's not going to run your system. So you need one specifically, you need a gas block specifically made to run the 7.62 by 3.9. I looked up the porthole numbers. I think the 5.56 gets like a 0.06, okay, versus the 7.62 by 3.9. The port size needs to be a 0.12, so it's double, okay. Or another way to look at it, if you're looking at it in sixteenths, the 5.56 is like 1/16. This hole here is like 1/8, okay, so it is double the size. So even with double the size of this the porthole and the gas block hole, it's ejecting at 4 o'clock. Okay, let me fire a couple of rounds so you guys can see it. Okay, so I'll stand this way so you guys can see. I'll do it in like 3 different directions. Okay, so I'll do it this way, and I guess I'll do it this way. Right there, you should be able to see it right there. Okay, so I couldn't see where they were ejecting, but they should be ejecting right about there. So what it's doing is, if you look over here, so it's like at the far, first of all, it's, as far as gassing, it's at the very low end, right? But it still has enough power to lock this back on the last round. It's been doing it like religiously, like it hasn't failed to lock back on the last round. Okay, so the magazines are from AC, I forgot how to say this, ASC magazines. These are the 20 rounders. I got these because people said that these were more reliable. I'm going to get the 30 rounders and try them out as well. But I've been working with these now for about 3 weeks, and these have been really good. It's always locking back on the last round. So that ejector, that's the only thing that's going on. I don't really think it's that much of an issue. Is that the case mouths are being bent a little bit. And the research I've been able to find is that's due to a strong ejector. And I can see here, close this, that the deflector is getting beat up pretty good. Okay, it's actually hitting, some of them are hitting back here on the, most of them are coming over here, but I see a few have also hit on the forward assist, whatever, cutout over here, or holder, whatever you call this thing over here. So a few of them have hit there, so it's definitely ejecting back. So I think that, like, I wouldn't bother to put a gas, like an adjustable gas block on this, because I think it is as low as you can possibly go, and reliably lock back the gun on the last round. Okay, I don't think you can go any lower. I mean, the deflector is doing its job; it's deflecting. But I mean, it's basically between Christmas and New Year's right now. By the way, Happy New Year's to everybody. So I want to talk to the company and see what they recommend. Like, because you would think that, okay, if the mouth cases are being bent, it probably needs a lighter ejector spring. But there might be a reason why they put it there. Okay, maybe if it has a weaker ejector spring, it might cause other problems. Like the cases may not get thrown far enough, right? Maybe if you're shooting the gun like this, if you're like shooting over the hood of a car, maybe if the ejector isn't that strong, then it might go up and come back down. Maybe that's the reason why they put a more powerful ejector in there. I don't know. I got to talk to the company, but it's worth noting. I mean, it doesn't affect the function. Like, the only thing that's happening is it's bending the case mouths a little bit. But other than that, the performance has been like absolutely excellent. So my conclusion here is, I know that the Russians have been working for many years trying to upgrade their AK-47s. Okay, you know what? I think we found the solution, man. They should just save themselves a lot of time and effort, and just just start making AR-15s that shoot 7.62 by 3.9, if that's what they want to shoot. Well, it solves all the problems. Okay, it absolutely solves all the problems. I mean, magazines go in nice and easy, right? Because that was a problem. Yeah, I started off as an AK-47 guy, so it's not like I have a number of them. Okay, but even as somebody that's done a lot of work with AKs, a lot of times you can miss that rock and lock. Okay, these go in nice and easy. I mean, you can have like 2 of these, 2 quick mag changes. So this works good. I do wish that PMag would make these magazines, because the problem with these steel ones is if they get dropped on the feed lips and the feed lips get bent, now we're gonna start having AR problems, right? So back in like if you go back 20 years, or if you go back before PMag, ARs were considered not as reliable as AKs, and the reason was not because of the gun. The reason was because of the magazines. These things would get dropped on their feed lips, and people, like, you could barely see that they were bent out of place, but that was causing feed problems. Okay, so the magazines, the steel magazines or the aluminum magazines, were the problem with AR-15s, and PMag and other companies since then have fixed that, right? But the magazines go in and out really easy, so they fixed that problem. And the other major problem that I had was that optics, right? Because on my AK-47, I have to have the optic over the gas tube. That gives me the best accuracy. When I put things on the side mount, what happens is the side mount moves, okay, or my face is too high on it. So this is the perfect setup for optics over here, where I want to put a red dot in the magnifier, or if I want to put an LPVO on it. This is the best setup. Okay, this is a proven setup. If you look at other companies like H&K and you look at FN, this is what they use, right? So they've all copied the thing that works. Okay, flat top, that's what works. Rail all the way across the top. So that's what that's what the Russians need to do. Okay, they need a flat top. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the Russians could save themselves a whole bunch of money, all right, and just trying not to reinvent the wheel. We got something that works pretty good here. They should just copy it. The only issue that they might have is with the bolt and with the extractor cracking under very high round counts. So if anything, like they may, because what I think there's a company out there, I forget which one, that started with that went with the AR-10 platform, right? With the AR-10 platform, and basically sized that down to accept 7.62 by 3.9. So that might be the the way to go if you need something that will if you need something that will have a stronger bolt. Or the other thing you can do is you can just keep the lower the way it is, and just upgrade the upper receiver, right? Make that have it still mount on a standard AR-15 lower, and just make the upper receiver just a tiny little bit bigger to accommodate a slightly larger bolt. So that's the other thing that the Russians could do. But this is the winner, man. That is absolutely the winner. I mean, the numbers don't lie, right? We got 5 out of 5 here at 1.25 inches, right? And then we've got basically circle center to center. We got 3/4 inch at 100 yards. Okay. So here's the thing. Yeah, listen, 3/4 inch. I'm probably gonna have a hell of a time reproducing this. I mean, I've been shooting this now for about 3 weeks. Haven't been able to hit. I've hit 1.25 inches many times. I've gotten pretty close to that inch. Let's just call this a 1 MOA gun, right? And remember, I'm shooting steel case, man, Tula. So if I'm able to get good, reliable or precisely loaded brass 7.62 by 3.9, somebody told me to go to a Fiocchi, rather than this brass that I have here. With better ammunition, I think I would be able to get that 1-inch group a lot more consistent. Now, the other thing I've done here is the red dot. I've covered this in other videos. It's the holosun 503G. So this has a chevron with 3 dots underneath it for a bullet drop compensator. So that chevron allows me to have a very fine aiming point. Rather, so when I'm shooting this, right, my chevron, basically I have a triangle here, and basically the two tips touch each other, right? So I'm not using like a 2-way dot that's going to look like that over the bullseye, right? I'm using an arrow where I match up the 2 tips, and that allows me to have a very precise hold. And if I pull the shot, like I know it, like I know if I'm going to throw a shot before the bullet gets all the way down there. Okay, so extremely happy with this. I've mentioned this before. Who should get an AR-47? If you're already an AK guy and you have like stockpiles of 7.62x39, yeah, you know what? This upper here, you're looking at about like $200 to $250. Go to Bear Creek Arsenal. The one I have is from Davidson Defense. Things look like they're sold out right now. Bear Creek Arsenal looks like they've got a good supply. They're using, first of all, the bolt carrier in this is Bear Creek Arsenal anyway. Okay, so you're getting the bolt directly from the source. And I looked at the barrels over there. They're all 4150 CMV too. So the barrels are the same. So you can expect to get the same accuracy. Okay, so anyway, hope you guys found this video useful. I've been doing like these back-to-back videos on this AR-47 because I'm like super excited about it, man. I mean, this thing is like, this thing is rocking, man. This thing is very, very satisfying. And plus I have like a shit ton of ammo that, you know what? I just like, the honest truth is that I don't shoot the AK-47s as much anymore. With the AR-47s, I mean, I'm back to using up that ammo, that AK ammo that had been stockpiled. Okay, so anyway, drop some comments. I'll talk to you all soon.